Hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we'll learn how to set up Windows Server 2025 as a router inside VirtualBox, without using NAT. I'll show you how to configure two LAN networks, assign static IP addresses, enable IP routing, and connect multiple computers so they can communicate across different subnets through the server, just like a real physical router. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully working LAN-to-LAN routing setup in VirtualBox using Windows Server 2025. So, let's get started. Before we begin, make sure you have one Windows Server 2025 virtual machine and two Windows 11 virtual machines ready in VirtualBox. The Windows Server 2025 VM will act as our router, while the two Windows 11 VMs will represent computers on different networks. Each Windows 11 machine will be connected to a separate internal network, and the server will connect both networks together. Now, select your Windows Server 2025 virtual machine from the VirtualBox list, then click on Settings. Go to the Network section in the Settings menu. Under the Adapter 1 tab, make sure Enable Network Adapter is checked, and set Attached to as Bridged Adapter or NAT if you want this adapter to have internet access. Then, go to the Adapter 2 tab, check Enable Network Adapter, set Attached to as Internal Network, and name it LAN 1. Be sure to remember or write down the MAC address for Adapter 2, which is assigned to LAN 1, so you don't get confused later between the Internet LAN 1 and LAN 2 adapters during the IP configuration process inside Windows Server 2025. Go to the Adapter 3 tab, check Enable Network Adapter, set Attached to as Internal Network, and name it LAN 2. Be sure to remember or write down the MAC address for Adapter 3 as well, which is assigned to LAN 2, so you can easily identify it later when setting up the IP addresses inside Windows Server 2025. Then, click OK to save your changes. Next, select PC1, which is a Windows 11 virtual machine connected to LAN 1, and then click on Settings. Go to the Network section, select Adapter 1, make sure Enable Network Adapter is checked, set Attached to as Internal Network, and select the name LAN 1. Then, click OK to save the settings for PC1. Next, select PC2, which will be the second Windows 11 virtual machine connected to LAN 2, and then click on Settings. Go to the Network section, select Adapter 1, make sure Enable Network Adapter is checked, set Attached to as Internal Network, and select the name LAN 2. Then, click OK to save the settings for PC2. Now, select your Windows Server 2025 virtual machine and click Start to power it on. Once Windows Server 2025 has started, right-click on the network icon in the bottom right corner of the desktop, and select Network and Internet Settings. In the Network and Internet Settings window, select Ethernet from the menu. Select one of the network connections, and check its MAC address to verify whether it belongs to LAN 1, LAN 2, or the Internet adapter. Click Edit next to IP Assignment. In the IP Assignment window, select Manual. Then, toggle on IPv4. Enter the IP address 192.168.2.1 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0 for the LAN 2 network adapter, then click Save. This IP will act as the gateway for all devices connected to LAN 2. Next, select another network connection to configure the IP settings for the LAN 1. Click Edit next to IP Assignment. In the IP Assignment window, select Manual, and toggle on IPv4. Enter the IP address 192.168.1.1 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0 for the LAN 1 network adapter, then click Save. This IP will serve as the gateway for all devices connected to LAN 1. Click the Start button, then search for Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security, and press Enter to open it. In the Windows Defender Firewall window, select Inbound Rules from the left panel, then click on New Rule in the right-hand Actions menu. In the new Inbound Rule wizard, select Custom, then click Next, and click Next again to continue with the default program settings. Select the protocol type as ICMPv4, then click Customize. Next, choose specific ICMP types, and select Echo Request. This allows the server to respond to ping requests, which is useful for testing connectivity between LAN 1 and LAN 2. Click OK, then click Next. When asked which local and remote IP addresses does this rule apply to, leave both options set to any IP address, then click Next. When asked what action should be taken when a connection matches the specified conditions, select Allow the connection, then click Next. This ensures that ping, ICMP echo request, packets are allowed through the firewall. When asked when does this rule apply, make sure to check all three options, domain, private, and public, so the rule works in any network environment. Then, click Next to continue. Finally, give the rule a name, for example allow ICMPv4 ping. Click Finish to create the firewall rule and enable ping responses on the server. Next, go to Server Manager. In Server Manager, click Add Roles and Features. In the Add Roles and Features wizard, on the Before You Begin page, simply click Next to proceed. On the Installation Type page, select Role-Based or Feature-Based Installation, and then click Next to continue with the setup. On the Destination Server page, make sure your Windows Server 2025 is selected as the destination server, then click Next to proceed. On the Server Roles page, select Remote Access as the role to install on the selected server, then click Next to continue. On the Features page, you can leave the default selections as they are, then click Next to continue. On the Remote Access page, simply click Next to continue. On the Select Role Services page, choose Routing under the list of Remote Access Role Services, then click Add Features when prompted. This will install the Routing and Remote Access Service or RRAS, enabling the Windows Server 2025 machine to operate as a router. After selecting Routing, click Next to continue. On the Web Server Role (IIS) page, you can simply click Next. On the Select Role Services page for the Web Server (IIS) role, you can keep the default selections, then click Next to continue. On the Confirm Installation Selections page, click Install to begin the installation process. Wait until the installation completes, then click Close when it's done. After the installation is complete, go back to the Server Manager window. At the top right corner, click Tools to open the drop-down menu. From the list, select Routing and Remote Access. This will open the RRAS Management Console where you can configure your server to act as a router. In the Routing and Remote Access window, right-click on your server name and select Configure and enable Routing and Remote Access. This will launch the Routing and Remote Access Setup wizard, which will guide you through enabling routing functions for your Windows Server 2025 machine. When the Routing and Remote Access Setup wizard opens, click Next on the welcome screen to begin the configuration process. On the configuration page, select Custom Configuration and then click Next. On the Custom Configuration page, check the box for LAN Routing, then click Next. Click Finish to complete the setup. Once done, a pop-up will appear asking if you want to start the Routing and Remote Access Service. Click Start Service to activate LAN Routing. Next, click on the Start menu, type PowerShell in the search bar, and press Enter. Now, type ipconfig and press Enter to confirm your network settings. Go back to VirtualBox, select the PC1 virtual machine, and click Start to power it on. Once Windows 11 has started, right-click the network icon on the bottom right corner of the screen, then select Network and Internet Settings. In the Network Internet Settings window, select Ethernet. Now, under your Ethernet connection, click on Edit next to IP assignment. Switch it from Automatic to Manual, then turn on IPv4. Now, set the IP address to 192.168.1.2, the subnet mask to 255.255.255.0, the gateway to 192.168.1.1, and the preferred DNS to 192.168.1.1. Once done, click Save to apply the settings. Next, click on the Start menu, type PowerShell in the search bar, and run it as an administrator. In the PowerShell window, type ipconfig and press Enter. This command will display your network details so you can confirm that your IP address has been set correctly. Then, type this command to allow ping through the Windows firewall. And press Enter. Now, let's test the connection to the router. Type ping 192.168.1.1 and press Enter. If everything is set up correctly, you'll see replies from the router, which means your connection is working. Now, go back to VirtualBox, select your PC2 virtual machine, and click Start to power it on. Once PC2 has started, right-click on the network icon at the bottom right corner of the screen, and then select Network Internet Settings. In the Network Internet Settings window, select Ethernet. Next, under your Ethernet connection, click Edit next to IP assignment. Change it from Automatic, DHCP, to Manual, then turn on IPv4 so we can enter the IP details manually. Then, set the IP address to 192.168.2.2, the subnet mask to 255.255.255.0, the gateway to 192.168.2.1, and the preferred DNS to 192.168.2.1. Once everything is done, click Save to apply the settings. Next, click on the Start menu, type PowerShell in the search bar, and choose Run as Administrator. In the PowerShell window, type ipconfig and press Enter to check if your IP configuration is set correctly. Then, type this command to allow ping through the firewall. And press Enter. Now, let's test the connection to the router. Type ping 192.168.2.1 and press Enter. If the setup is correct, you'll see replies from the router. That means PC2 is successfully connected to the network. Then, try pinging PC1 to test the connection between the two computers. Type ping 192.168.1.2 and press Enter. If you see replies, it means both PCs are successfully communicating through the network. And that's it. You've just learned how to set up Windows Server 2025 as a router without using NAT. Both computers can now communicate across different networks through the server, just like a real router. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.